Welcome to D-Max Man Gaming. I'm your host D-Max, and here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. And today I got a really controversial topic to cover with you guys. It's going to be a really long video because I got a lot to say about it, and I just feel like we need to take a step back and really look at the situation because there's always two sides to a story. In this video, we're going to cover both sides and give you my opinion on about how both sides have a certain point and how they don't have certain other points in their statements about how they feel about the situation. So, what you may know already through social media that PewDiePie has messed up again and did something that people are outraged about. I mean, people have been on Twitter disrespecting him, calling him every name up under the sun. He's a racist individual. He's a garbage human being. He's a closet racist. He's a terrible person because of using a racial slur during a live stream in front of millions of people, especially millions of young kids that are impressionable, and that he has daily access to, and he has a great influence over. And they really feel like he needs to take responsibility for his actions and take his punishment according to his actions. And to some aspect, I do agree with that. As an influencer in the YouTube community, in the game industry, he does have a moral obligation and an obligation as a YouTube creator to respond to his outburst yesterday and to rectify the matter by apologizing to the community that he disrespected and that he hurt by using a racial slur in this live stream. Yes, he has an obligation as a YouTube creator and a moral obligation as a human being to address this and to apologize to the group of individuals that he disrespected with that racial slur he used yesterday. Yes, I do agree with that. But I don't agree with us using derogatory terms against him and making him out to be a terrible human being because of his mistake. Yes, he used a racial slur. No one should use racial slurs, and we should stop using racial slurs altogether in our vocabulary. Yes, what he did was not right, and he should not get a free pass for it. No, he should not. But he's still a human being, and he still makes mistakes like the rest of us. And I feel like we need to just look at it as him having to do what he needs to do to rectify the situation. And those that feel the same way, I understand why they feel the same way, because they think of him as an incredible YouTube creator. He makes great content. He makes people laugh. People enjoy his videos and enjoy him as a person. And they have all right to feel like they feel about him as a person. And for us to discriminate against him and talk about who he is as a person and try to destroy his character is wrong, regardless on how we feel about the situation. And that's just how I feel on it. And I feel that we need to take a step back and wait for him to respond to this situation that he created for himself. Because not too long ago, he also created a bad situation that called to apocalypse when he did a racist video trying to do a joke on Jews and Nazis that backfired in his face. And he stood up and took responsibility for it. And he needs to do that again with this situation. Now, far as those who feel like he should take responsibility for his actions, I don't believe that he will. PewDiePie has never ran away from his obligation as a YouTube creator and as a person. He has never backed down from his responsibility and his actions as a person. He has never backed down from it. I really feel like he would not back down from this. He would take his punishment like a man because he is a human being and he does not mean to hurt anyone, any individual of any group or ethnicity. He does not try to be a racist scumbag. He's not trying to hurt people's feelings, and I believe that because I feel like he's not a racist individual, and that's just my opinion. And a lot of other YouTubers and other people out there in the YouTube community feel the same way. I don't feel like he's racist. I just think he made a mistake. He said something that he had no business saying. Who knows what he was thinking at that time? Who knows what he was going through in his life at that time? But that does not make it right for him to use racial slurs. And I don't agree with anyone using racial slurs in any situation and using this situation to justify their actions. No, I don't. And I believe he doesn't need it. And I believe he's going to come out with a video stating this because he is a good person. And he's not going to let people thinking that he's a scumbag. I don't believe that. Now, what I don't like and what I think is really wrong is for the developers of Firewatch to come out and say that they're going to DM all his Firewatch Let's Plays because of his actions of yesterday. I feel like that's legally wrong, and even though they're trying to take a more standpoint on racism and the discrimination, they doing it all wrong. This is not how you go about it. This is what makes people not want to understand where you're coming from. And hear your point of view because you're being too aggressive and you're attacking someone for something that has nothing to do with the situation. You're taking out on him because he said a racial slur on a live stream, and you're trying to make him pay back, taking away his videos. They made you millions of dollars. I think that is wrong. I think it's legally wrong, and I think it's morally wrong to even attack his videos that he done months or years ago, and to base your decision on something that he currently did today or yesterday. I think that's legally and morally wrong, and I think that the developers of Firewatch need to step back and apologize for even making a statement like that on Twitter, because they're wrong for that. I don't care how they justify it. There's no justification for them to go in and DM his videos he done on Firewatch when he didn't even use the racial slur on their content. He used it on someone else's content. And I don't give you the right to go in there and bully him because of his mistake. I think that's really wrong, and I think that PewDiePie should fight this, and I believe he will win it because they're wrong for this, and it's going to hurt them more in sales than anything because they're attacking him on something he did currently on different content and trying to base their reason for taking out content he did years or months ago because of his actions of today. I think that's wrong, and I think they really need to readjust their thinking and apologize for you making that statement to him. Just like he needs to apologize to the community that he disrespected and by saying that racial slur to. That's just how I feel about it. And I feel like everyone needs to take a step back and look at the situation. From the video, I saw the video footage, and it looked like it came out of frustration. I'm not giving him a justification for saying it. No, there's no justification for saying racial slurs no matter what situation you're in or how dire the situation is. That gives you no right to use racial slurs. Because racial slurs were derived from hatred, negative emotion. And the N-word was derived from slavery and segregation. The Caucasian people felt like that the black community was beneath them, that they weren't human, that they were cattle, furniture, things to be sold and play with it at their whim. And that's why they created the N-word, to give that belief and idea a name. And that's why they came up with the name, I feel like. I may be wrong but it was derived from hatred and a misunderstanding on us as cattle and animals instead of us as human beings. And that's just how it is. And there's no reason to call a person in our society today that word, regardless on how we feel about the word. No matter if people say that the word has no power over the black community anymore, you are a lie. Because racial slurs will always have power over certain groups. Because the racial slur was derived from that group from hatred and negative emotion. So, for example, I can say like you have a wife or a life mate, and your life mate or your wife or your husband is a aggressive person. They speak their mind. They don't hold back anything. They're not really gentle with their words, and they could offend someone with their aggressive personality. And the person they offended may call them a B-I-C-T-H. Are you gonna sit there and just say, well, you shouldn't let that bother you because you was doing that, and they have all the right to call you a B-I-C-T-H, and I'm not gonna defend you? No, you're gonna defend your partner, your wife, your husband, because they use a derogatory term towards your partner, your wife, your husband, and you're going to get angry and you're going to react to it. So don't give me this crap about words don't have any power. If you don't give it any power, you're going to give it power just because of how the word was used directly towards you or someone you care about. And that's the same way with racial slurs. And that's how I feel about it. And I think that we really need to take a step back and really realize that racial slurs is going to hurt groups and people regardless on how much power we give it or not, because it was derived from hatred, bad emotion, negative thoughts about a certain group of individuals. Even if it comes to where they feel like they're lazy or criminals, or from feeling like they're too smart or they're too blind to do certain things, or this or that. No matter what the word is, if it's used in a derogatory manner, it's going to offend someone. It's going to provoke a negative reaction out of them. It's not going to provoke a positive reaction. It's going to provoke a negative reaction. And that's why derogatory terms were used to cause conflict in communities, in groups of individuals, and this is the reason why these words were designed. And racial slurs are no different. So I don't want to hear about saying that if you don't give the word power, it should have no power over you. It's a bunch of crap. It does have power over you because it was developed to provoke a negative reaction out of you. It was designed to trigger you to engage in an argument aggressively, and that's just how it is. The only way it will not have any power is if we don't use the word anymore. That's the only way derogatory terms or racial slurs won't have any power if we do not use them anymore. But you have people in the YouTube and all over social media being trolls using these derogatory and racial slurs to offend people, and that's why it still affects people to this day. And that's all I have to say about this topic. It was a real hard topic to cover because I really don't like talking about controversial like this that deals with racism or identity politics because it's just a headache. But I had to do it because it had something to do with the YouTube community and the gaming community and how his mistakes may cost us all in the long run. So thank you for staying to the end of the video. Make sure you hit that like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you like content like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well to catch more content like this. And I'd like to know in the comments below, do you guys feel like PewDiePie should lose his channel? Do you feel like he should be punished some sort of way to make example out of him for using this racial slur in a live stream? I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comment below. As always, thank you for watching my videos. My name is D-Mac. You've been watching D-Mac's Man Gaming, and I'm out.